everyone, and thank you for being here with us today. So, today's talk is for the empath, the helpers, the high achievers who give everything to others but feel drained, resentful, or guilty the moment they try to say no. And if you have ever set a boundary and then spent hours replaying it, worrying you hurt someone, or feeling selfish, this is for you. And if childhood taught you that love equals saying yes or that your needs come last, you belong here. Today we give you the tools and energetic permissions to protect your peace without apology. I'm Gabriele, an energy worker and life coach. I help people reconnect with their inner strengths when life feels heavy or overwhelming.
And I'm Sarah, also an energy healer and a life coach, and I guide people to release what holds them back and activate their just natural vitality and peace. And together we're going to talk about something that changes lives truly, how to set clear, kind boundaries without that heavy wave of guilt, of shame, or anxiety crashing in afterward, because I know that happens a lot. And right now, our lives are moving faster and faster. There's just more demands, more noise, more people pulling on, your energy, on our energy. And without those strong boundaries, we end up burnt out, we end up feeling resentment, we feel anxious, and they all become the norm. And the nervous system stays just in that constant people pleasing mode. Or the fear of missing out mode, where cortisol stays high and your own life force just kind of leaks away. And this is why setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's really the fastest way to restore your energy, your joy, and your clarity.
Yeah, and today at first, we will have a straight talk about why boundaries feel so hard and what's really happening in your energy and body. Then we will give you the five essential points that will orient you, each with our honest stories and the precise exercise you can do right now. And we will end with a powerful guided group healing meditation to release the old guilt and anchor your new boundary energy. So please, whenever possible, stay till the end.
Yes. So let's be direct, okay? Most of us were never taught that boundaries are an act of love, right? For ourselves and for others. We were actually taught by family, by society, that saying no makes us selfish, makes us mean, makes us possibly even unlovable. And that's especially true for women, but also men. And that conditioning lives in the body as kind of like a tightness, like in the chest or not in the stomach, tight fascia when you're clenching your jaw, headaches, or just those unexpected rushes of anxiety. The second we even think about protecting, our time, our energy, and wanting to set a boundary. And boundaries, they aren't walls per se, but that's how we perceive them a lot. They're just clear, loving fences that say, this is where I end and this is where you begin.
Yeah, and now who here has felt guilty after setting a boundary? So if you like, you can just put it in the chat under the video. I know I have. But here this guilt after setting a boundary is not a sign you did something wrong. It's a sign your old patterns are screaming. And today we are going to meet that pattern with compassion and then retire it. You can protect your peace and still be a kind, loving person. And in fact, you become more loving when you are not secretly resentful. So, before we go into the deeper work, we need to understand something important. Most of us struggle with boundaries not because we can't set them, but because we don't even recognize when one is needed. And a
Mhm.
boundary is not something you say, it's something you feel first. Your body will always tell you before your mind does. It might show up as a tightness in your chest, a heaviness in your stomach, a sense of resistance or pressure, or even a quiet inner, I don't want to. That gets overridden. But many of us were taught to ignore these signals, to prioritize being liked, being helpful, being easy, over being honest with ourselves. So instead of listening, we override. And that's where boundaries begin to blur. So the first step in setting boundaries is not speaking, it's noticing. Noticing where your energy contracts, noticing where something feels like too much, noticing where you are saying yes externally, but not internally. A boundary is simply the point where your truth and your capacity meet. And setting one means honoring that point, even if it's uncomfortable at first.
And here's kind of the key reminder, okay? A boundary is not about controlling the other person, okay? It's about taking responsibility for your own energy, your own time, and your own nervous system. You're not saying, no, no, you need to change. You're saying, this is what works for me. And that shift alone can change a lot for you. So once, now that we kind of understand where boundaries come from and how we can recognize them in the body, let's talk about 5 essential points that can help you kind of orient along boundaries. Okay, where you can recognize when one is needed and what can actually get in the way of following through with the boundary. Okay. So when you have that feeling coming up in your body, like, I just don't want to, point number one, okay, recognize the root. Okay. Guilt is learned, not actually truth. Guilt doesn't come from your soul, your spirit, whatever it is that you believe in. It comes from early conditioning where your worth was tied to being easy, being helpful, being nice. And in energy terms, it creates a hook in your solar plexus that others can literally like pull on. It sits in your solar plexus, and if you don't know, your solar plexus is right underneath your ribs, above your belly button. Okay. And when you feel bad for setting a boundary, it's usually that old hook that like tightens up. And it's not a real, actual moral failure as we like to believe. And so, I grew up feeling like I had to say yes to literally everything. Saying no felt like almost abandoning people, okay, and leaving them behind. And the guilt was so loud, it kept me small. I kept myself small and I kept myself from saying no for years, okay? And so, something that you can do here is place one hand on your solar plexus, again, just below the ribs, above your belly button, and you just put your hand there. You don't have to push hard. And you breathe. You just breathe slowly into that space, okay? At that moment, when you're feeling a boundary pop up, when you're feeling that guilt pop up, you just notice that sensation of guilt or tightness without trying to push it away. And you can silently even name it. You can say, this is old conditioning, it's not truth. And then imagine just a soft golden light that comes in, and can come in straight from the solar plexus. It can go through your top of the head and flow through you into the solar plexus, whatever feels better for you. But imagine that gold light just dissolving that hook and that guilt and letting it release. Okay. And you just are present. You're not forcing anything. You're just holding the presence and allowing that golden light to shift the energy in your body. Okay. And this can interrupt the automatic guilt response at the energetic level.
Yeah, and I have to say that's a really powerful full exercise you can do
Mhm.
in seconds, So,
Mm.
let's come to point two. Clarify your energetic yes and no. So most people set boundaries from the head. I should say no. And real power comes when you feel them in your body first. And your energy field already knows what drains you and what nourishes you. And we just stopped listening. And I used to say yes to everything until my body screamed with fatigue, you know, because I was always overgiving, and did everything I was asked for. And learning to check my energy before answering changed everything. And it's in the beginning not easy,
Mm.
but it's for you, to protect your energy and your health. So, and here's a short exercise you can do. Just close your eyes for a moment and bring to mind a recent situation where you felt pulled. And then place both hands on your belly. And then ask silently, does my energy say yes or no to this? And notice the physical answer. Expansion and warmth is equals like a yes, or contraction and heaviness equals like a no. And don't judge it, just register the signal. And this trains you to trust your body's boundary intelligence instead of overriding it. So when I started doing this, I was able to say here and there no. And in the beginning, people look at you and say, what? What did you just say? But, it's really for you and people accept it.
Hmm.
If it comes from your system, from your heart, and you say no, people normally accept it that you're not
Hmm.
doing it. Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the exercise really helps, before you say yes or no, do this little exercise and then give an answer.
Yeah. Your body always knows the answer
Yeah.
first, honestly. Your energy knows. Okay, so point number three. Okay, so release the guilt in real time. So when guilt hits after you set a boundary, the nervous system, what happens is that it gets flooded with shame chemicals, with that Debbie Downer chemical. You don't feel good afterwards in your nervous system, in your body. And if you try to talk yourself out of it, it only gets louder. It just backfires. So the fastest way through is to let the body actually discharge the energy instead of storing it up. And so I still remember after saying my first big no when it came to something pertaining to my son and something he really wanted, I literally felt physically sick with guilt because look at this cute little child. How can I say no to him? Ah, it was hard. But
Mm.
learning to move that energy out of my body instead of kind of just spiraling into, oh my gosh. And I said, no, I feel like a bad mom, blah, blah, blah. It helped me. And it kind of saved me from going down just a rabbit hole that didn't need to be gone down. So what you can do is that you can stand or you sit up tall and just feel that guilt as kind of a heavy energy in your chest or your stomach. And you take three deep breaths, like inflating your belly deep breaths, okay? And on the exhale, you make a soft sound, okay? And you also are going to shake your hands and shoulders, okay? And you do this where you let your body kind of shake and tremble and move for about 30 to 60 seconds, like you're shaking off water. And it's going to look like this essentially. Deep breath in and then out. And you just keep doing that. It helps a lot. You're going to feel ridiculous and feel like you could look completely silly, but it helps. And after you've
Mm.
done that for 30 to 60 seconds, place your hands on your heart and just kind of notice how it feels lighter and how your system feels lighter. And this is actually how animals that are mammals, naturally reset their nervous system after stress. Okay. They literally do the same thing. They shake it out and make a sound.
Yeah, that's a really fun exercise, which helps a lot.
Kids like it.
Yes. So the next point is communicate the boundary with kind clarity. So boundaries land best when they are clear, kind, and owned, not explained or apologized for. The old pattern wants us to over explain so others won't be upset. And basically, also getting approval from them, that you said no. And that keeps the guilt alive. And real boundaries say what is without making it about their feelings. And I used to soften every no with three paragraphs or reasons. And when I learned to speak simply and warmly, the guilt dropped dramatically. And no is literally a full sentence. No, period. And a short exercise you can do for that is just think of a boundary you need to set or have already set. And speak it out loud right now, even if it's just to yourself. For example, I'm not available for that. I need this time for myself. And say it in a calm, warm tone without adding, I'm sorry, or long explanations. Notice how your body feels when you own it clearly. And this practice rewires the nervous system to associate boundaries with safety instead of conflict.
Yeah. I think a lot of us like to over-explain, so this one's a
Mm.
really nice one to
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. And then also the last point is anchor the new pattern, protect the win. So after you set a boundary and survive the guilt wave, you must anchor the positive feeling so the brain learns this is safe. I'm still lovable. Without these steps, the old patterns creeps back. And we both had to celebrate our no's out loud for weeks until the guilt stopped showing up at all. And it became our new normal. Something like, okay, I said no, and see, nothing bad came of it. Or I said no, and actually, no, it was the right thing to do. And as I said earlier, people will accept it if it comes out of your system clearly. And there's another a short exercise you can do. So recall a time you set even a tiny boundary, or imagine doing so, and feel the small win in your body. The relief, the space, the quiet pride. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. And then breathe into that felt sense for 30 seconds and say softly, this is me protecting my energy and I am still a good person. And let the body register the safety. Repeat this after every real boundary until it becomes automatic.
Yeah, a good one too.
Mm.
So you just heard about the 5 key takeaways to help you set boundaries more comfortably. And we want to actually support you a bit further and transition into a guided transformation journey at this time. If you're driving, please stop listening. This is not right now for you, but if you have time to go and sit down, get comfortable, or even lie down, please do so, okay? And when you're ready and you've found that comfortable seat, go ahead and close your eyes. If it feels good for you, you can also just kind of softly gaze in front of you at something in front of you where you can essentially follow the journey without distraction. Okay. And then once you are where you want to be, we're going to go ahead and do a deep energetic release together. So just feel the seat beneath you, how it's supporting you, and then notice the breath and how it's moving in and out of your lungs. And take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. And now really just notice and feel your feet on the floor, okay? Or your bottom in the chair or the bed. And imagine golden roots that are growing down from your feet into the earth like a tree anchoring into the ground, anchoring you deep within the center of the earth. And with every inhale, draw up steady and supportive energy. And with every exhale, let go of anything that is not yours to carry. Okay? And now just imagine a golden beam of light that's extending from the top of your head and connecting you to the universe upwards and anchoring you and connecting you with Source. You're grounded below and connected above now. And feel that support and that warmth. Let's go ahead and take a journey within. Okay, and you can just take a moment and picture your heart center. You can even place your hand on your heart at this time. One hand, both hands. And just picture it, visualize it, and imagine that heart with a door. Literally, I always like to picture, from Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit door that opens. And imagine this door that slowly opens to let you in. And visualize yourself slipping through that crack the open door offers and looking around you. Slip into your own heart space and just glance around. See a beautiful garden. Notice the breeze, the air around you, the flowers, the smells, the sounds. And then at its center of that garden, you notice a golden elevator. Slowly step forwards and walk towards the elevator. Press the button to open it. And as the doors slide open, you enter. And then just let the doors slide close behind you and trust the journey. The elevator begins to move slowly, lowering you down to your solar plexus, which is located below your ribs and above your belly button. Feel the elevator sliding down, down, down until it arrives. And once you arrive, the doors slide open and you step out. And in front of you, you have a beautiful beach with the ocean. Notice the waves clashing against the water, the sand. And see a bench on the beach facing the ocean. Walk towards that bench and take a seat. And at this time, move your hands from your heart down towards the solar plexus and place your hands on your solar plexus. And take a deep breath, really pushing into your hands, moving them up and down with each breath that you take. Take another deep breath. And now let your mind wander to the last time guilt showed up around a boundary that you set or even just tried to set. Where you tried to say no, where you tried to push for something, or wanted to just stay within a perimeter of your own energy. But you felt like you had to say yes, and you felt guilty, or even thinking that you wanted to say no. Just notice where the guilt lives in your body. Is it in the chest? Is it in the stomach? Is it in your throat? Don't analyze it, just feel it. And as you feel the guilt, at the same time, just take a note of the storm that is brewing over the ocean you're facing. How the clouds are gathering, how lightning is striking across the sky and thunder is rumbling. How that storm is moving and whisking across the sky while you're still sitting on the beach, dry and safe. And as the clouds gather, they form a shape. They assimilate themselves into the shape of a giant old fishing hook. And this hook, it represents the energetic cords and the attachments to your past and to any moment where your boundaries failed or you failed to set them properly. This may be related to parents, teachers, friends, culture, church, so much more. Whatever it is, and you don't even have to know. Notice how there's a chain that's connecting the solar plexus, your solar plexus, with that hook in the sky made out of storm clouds. And feel that tension, feel the insecurity, the lack of movement, the lack of space that guilt leaves you with. And now imagine that a wave, a massive golden wave of gratitude and love, and a massive purple violet light pours forth from your heart and envelopes the chain and hook in that violet golden spun light. And take a deep breath and hold it and exhale, making a ha sound. And on your exhale, just watch the violet light softening and dissolving that chain, that cord that is connecting your solar plexus and your hook. Let's do it again. Take another deep breath. Hold it and exhale. Let go. Let the cords and the attachments disconnect. Let them dissolve, let them crack away, float away. Allow them to transform into golden light. And one more time, take a deep breath in, hold it, and good. Now begin feeling that space opening in your solar plexus. And notice how there's no more chain left and how that hook in the sky is getting fuzzy and dispersed and just kind of blows away. And how the sun is returning over the ocean, how the sunshine is ever present. Just breathe into that new space that you created. Notice the space and any possible feelings of emptiness that are there right now, of confusion, of, well, what now? Let all that be filled and replaced with golden healing light until all wounds are sealed and all nooks and crannies are just filled up with it. And at the same time, the ocean calms down again. The waves are slowly lapping at the sand and a gentle breeze is blowing. And now imagine a beautiful, calm blue light, a navy dark blue, forming kind of a flexible sphere all around your body. And this blue sphere represents your boundaries, your personal energetic boundaries. This light says to you and to anyone around you, I am safe to protect my peace. Feel that blue bubble around you expand on each inhale and feel how it softens on each exhale. It's a living, breathing boundary. And inside the sphere, you're whole, you're worthy, you're free. And outside of that sphere, other people's energy can stay with them. Repeat it. Repeat with me. And you can say this out loud. My needs are valid. My no is loving. I am safe to say no. And so it is.
And so it is.
And let that blue light just pulse with your heartbeat. You can see it vibrating. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. And just stay in this loose sphere for as long as you need, integrating, getting to know that new space that has opened up, that new capability of setting loving boundaries. And when you're ready, just bring a small smile to your face and feel the gratitude for the part of you that is learning to set the boundaries guilt free. And then give thanks to Source and stand up from a bench by the ocean and return to the golden elevator. As you arrive, the doors glide open and you step in. The doors shut behind you, and know that you can always return to that bench, that the blue bubble forever remains around you, allowing you to set boundaries. And then let the elevator transport you back into the present moment. And when you're ready, just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, stomp your feet on the ground, brush down your arms from your shoulders past your fingertips. You can open your eyes. And remember to carry this blue light with you. It is yours now to assist you with your boundaries as needed. You can even, to remind yourself, or if you're having a day where you know you're going to have to set boundaries, wear blue clothing to help you with that. And just take a moment to notice how your body and energy feel right now. Even one small shift is real. Boundaries without guilt are a practice. So be patient and kind with yourself as you build them and you build that skill.
Thank you, Sarah. That was beautiful. I feel so much lighter and more clear. Thank you. And it would be lovely, when you have watched this, to comment under the video how you feel after this transformational journey. And if today touched something deep and you are ready to go further, to release old patterns completely and build boundaries that feel natural and light, we are here. We offer private energy healing and coaching sessions, small group programs, and an ongoing support where we walk beside you step by step. And most importantly, and we are so excited about it, we are starting a new membership that begins in June, where you will receive monthly Zoom calls, group meetings, weekly impulses and exercises, frequency music, a transformational journey, and much more. So drop boundary in the comments or check the link below and we'll send you the next steps. You deserve to live with full energy and an open heart. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. We are so honored to have shared this space with you.
Thank you.